I'm not proud of this one. And it kind of snuck up on me. This guy walks in, and he has been out of work for a year and a half, 2 years. He's an engineer. To me, that's an educated person. Shouldn't have a problem getting a job. So whatever's stopping him from getting a job has got to be internal. Who could not get a job for 2 years who's a highly trained individual? It's not like he's unskilled labor. He had an equity line of credit on the house for, I think, $250,000, 200 and something. And it was an interest-only loan, which meant that you don't pay back any of the principal at all. You're only paying interest. And the interest payments on large amounts of cash was very small, minuscule. So could he buy at a $7,800 intensive? Sure. The interest payment per month is a couple of bucks, whatever it was. It was small, right? So when he first walked in, he said, well, I can't spend any money. I don't have a job. I said, yeah, but that's why you're here. We've got to handle that. If we don't handle that, you got much bigger problems than worrying about paying off your equity line of credit. You get your whole life not handled. So we have to handle that. Whether you buy it intensive or you don't, we got to handle it anyway. So we're committed. We've got to do it. And it was true. We had to. Anyway, he went on to a much longer running program than he or I ever imagined. And because he was afraid of spending money, he didn't want to buy a large package because that would be a commitment of $20,000, $30,000. He couldn't even think of that. So he'd buy one intensive. Then when he ran out, he'd buy another one. This increased his cost 30% by doing it that way. But I think once I got him to buy two, I said, okay, buy two. Because he finally saw I was going to need it. But it just went on, and it went on, and it was so routine that he would come down, and we had a little routine we'd go through. And he'd another intensive, I can't afford it. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's check the, okay, good. Done. You know, we had a little routine we went through. You got another intensive. Well, it got to be so routine that we didn't even count how many times we did that. And one day he came down. We went through our routine, and this equity line of credit card that he had didn't work. And we couldn't figure it out. And he said, it's probably because there's no money there. I said, what are you talking about? You had $200,000. He says, we spent it. I was in shock. I had no clue. I felt really bad. Because here's this guy, and we didn't handle his problem yet. And he spent all the money he couldn't afford to spend. And my great idea of how he was going to handle it till he got a job was he'll have enough of that equity line of credit left when he leaves here that he can use that to make the monthly payments. I know it's crazy. But he could use it to make the monthly payments until he got his job and his income coming in and paid it off. At least temporarily. That was the plan. He used it all.
The church said Levy's descriptions were embellished. It called him an apostate who violated church policy and is now attempting to justify his actions by attacking his former religion. The church added fundraisers do not persuade or pressure parishioners to take on debt. Individual donors have the responsibility of supporting those programs if they so choose, in a manner that is within their financial means.